Hi Shedhackers. Jake, what are you going to make today?
I'm going to make a little heart for my mum.
What sort of heart? A real heart?
No, a wooden one.
Oh, right. What's it going to look like?
It's going to look like this.
Oh, very nice. Oh, yes. Let's see if I can open it. Oh, what's that? Oh, what's that? 100 years, something, of Shedhacks. I doubt it. So, this is a little special on how to make a heart for mum or girlfriend or boyfriend, whatever. Out of what woods, Jake?
So we've got what looks like yellow pine here, and then some mahogany or Meranti, something like that. And we shouldn't really be using it because it's not sustainable, but it's only a little bit.
So this is recycled mahogany, is it?
Maybe.
I think you're right. I think it does look like mahogany. Meranti's similar, but it's not as hard and not as durable. But it's a hardwood nevertheless. And the one underneath is a pine wood, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Perhaps we could even put our little shed hat logo on it. Although that would be a bit sad, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Right, love Shedhacks. Okay then. So what's the first thing we do, Jake?
So the first thing we got to do is cut out the shape. Well, actually mark it on here and then cut out the shape.
Right, okay. We'll come back to you in a minute, Shedhackers.
Hi Shedhackers. Now we're going to insert a 35mm drill bit into the chuck.
And which way are you turning that, Jake?
We're turning it anti-clockwise to make the chuck bigger, and then clockwise to tighten it. And then you can use your chuck key, but in this case it's keyless. So always wear your safety protection or safety gear.
PPE, personal protective equipment.
And then we're going to get a piece of wood. And
what's this bit for?
This bit is to make the heart. So we're going to draw out the heart shape here.
Oh, okay.
And then we're going to drill the hole.
Right.
So we're going to put the guard down and we're going to turn the machine on. We've got to hold it nice and firmly and then just bring it down slowly. And then as you see, we haven't gone all the way through. We only went about halfway through because then it's deep enough for us to put something in it and it won't come out the other side, the point.
Okay, so the points, oh I see, there's the point.
Point's that little bit there.
Right, okay. And what size is that, Jake?
35mm.
Right, okay. Anything you need to know about the drill?
Always hold your work firmly. Keep the guard down, wear your PPE.
Brilliant. Jesse, what's that? What's that? What's that? Is that Shedhacks? Shedhack biscuit. Have it? Shedhack biscuit. Oh. Okay.
Okay, so I've lined up the bottom of this with the hole to where it's about central. And then I'm going to draw around it, and you can always just use a paper template to do this, and then cut it out that way.
Okay.
And there we go, I've traced all the way around it, and as you can see the hole's quite near the centre. Yeah.
Has to be central, doesn't it?
Yes.
Right.
Or almost central.
And what's the next stage, Jake?
The next stage is to get a tri-square and just mark it off so we can cut the this bit off and have it so we can then cut the heart out. You may want to cut the heart out first, but I think it'll be easier just to cut that bit off.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to grab our tenon saw and we're going to line it up in the bench hook, and we're just going to get it started here.
Okay, come back to those shed hammers. Right, what's next then, Jake?
Okay, so I'm just going to finish off this cut.
Whoa, well done.
And then we're going to have that heart shape there. And we're going to mark it out with this. And you can have it so the grain is going across the heart. If you can see that on camera.
Yeah.
So, just going to cut that out again. Well, we're actually going to mark this out, not cut it out.
So, when you say the grain, can you explain that to the viewers?
Well, the grain are those like little lines you can see on the wood. Like on this pine here,
yeah,
you can see there's something going in one direction.
So that's the way the tree grew, going upwards.
Yeah, and that's like the grain, and that's a little knot where a branch grew off.
Now, I've got to say, Jake, I'm a little concerned. Will that knot cause us a problem?
Maybe, or maybe not.
Where a branch would have come out, yeah. Well, we'll see how it goes. All looking good. And how are we going to cut this out? I can.
Well, there's two ways we can cut it out: with the threat saw or the coping saw.
What about a power machine?
Yeah, a power threat saw.
Okay, well you grab the coping saw and we'll just show the viewers what we mean.
Okay. So this is a coping saw. It's got a very thin blade, good for cutting curves.
Yeah.
So we're going to put it in the vise.
Now I can tell the viewers that the blade and the coping saw, the teeth, can you see the teeth, viewers? They should be facing backwards towards the blade, apparently. And if you unscrew that handle, the blade will come off and you can pop it in those slots there. Don't know if you can see a slot there. Yeah, you can just about, can't you? Okay. Right, well, let's show the viewers the next stage then of coping sawing.
We're going to pop it into the bench vise. And we're going to have it so it's not sticking out that much, because it's easier to get it started like that. And we're going to make sure nothing's in our way. And when you're cutting a curve, you always want to make sure you keep the saw going that way and gradually cut the curve. To do that, you untwist the handle.
What I mean is, can you see the saw there is nearly touching the bench?
Oh,
okay. You
okay.
need to raise your wood a bit, right?
So
that slightly, that's it. Not too much because it won't
vibrate.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we got the power fret saw here, and if you're fortunate enough to have one, it's a lot easier than using a coping saw to cut all the way around. And you would normally have the guard down like this, but in this case I'm going to lift it up so you can see. And I'm going to turn it on. Make sure you hold your work firmly down. Okay, so Dad's just going to cut out the rest of the heart.
And this is on the pine wood side, of course. Right. it, guys? Alright.
Wow.
Right, Jake, what do we do next? That's the base part, the bit of Douglas fir. This is the piece of hardwood. Could be the same wood, of course, couldn't it? Cut out the hole. What do I do next?
So you got to get this and put it on here and then sand it down.
And what's this?
It's glass paper or sandpaper.
Okay. I'm just seeing if you know. So I'm going to go along the grain, guys. You go across the grain, it just appears as scratches, so you need to go with the grain. The grain's the lines in the timber. We'll do a bit more of this later. Turn it over. You can see already how much neater it looks. But the glass paper needs to be on a smooth surface. Some people get a cork block like this, sanding block, wrap it around the sanding block, and you can do it that way. The trouble with this, accidentally, you can round off the corners, and at this point we don't really want to do that. Ooh, it looks good. I think it's going to be alright. Got to make sure that's symmetrical as much as I can, at least matches that. Now there's a hole in this one, Jake. How do we do that? How do we do the hole?
So we get a small drill bit and just drill near to the edge, but not too near, otherwise it may snap off.
Right, now, you say a small drill bit.
Like a 3mm, maybe 4.
Well, I can't find one here because I think... yes, here's one. I think Jake will have to do a bit of a sorting out tomorrow.
Yeah.
But that's a normal twist drill. But you can get drill bits, which are woodworking bits. And I'll tell you how you know. Can you see that spike in the end? Yeah, it's slightly different to a normal twist drill.
But you can't sharpen these, but you can sharpen these normal ones.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the large one here, look. You can see it more clearly, the spike on it. Getting that, you can see there. Okay, so that's the woodworker's bit. You can't use them in a metal or blunt straight away. So we'll drill it there. We mustn't drill it too near the hole, it will just break off, won't support it. I'm going to try and avoid that knot actually, Jake. I might drill it from that side, to be honest. That's going to cause us problems, I think.
Yeah.
So we'll drill it here, not too near the edge. So if you look at this one, I can see that was broken off slightly there, look. So this is an improved one for Mum, we'll do. Okay, and we'll drill that through. Okay, come back to you in a minute, shed hackers. Okay, we're going to put the drill, the wood bit in, if you like. We're going to hold the chuck, squeeze the end, turn it clockwise. Good. I'm going to mark out our hole here. There. That's really neat. Okay. Oh, I talked to them about the drill, the types of screw in a minute. And we're going to go through. If you come there, so come away a little bit, Jake, so they can see. Pan back a little even more, right back, so they can see the drill's vertical here. And actually, what we're going to do, I'm going to get some waste wood. I'm only going to drill through this for the moment. Yeah, so waste wood, a bit of scrap. I don't really want to drill into there, and if I do, I'm just going to go in a little bit. So line that up. Line this up. I've only gone in, can you see, 3mm, if that. Okay, now, Jake, do you want me to explain about these countersinking bits?
Yeah.
Okay, so, right, so some of the screws you could use have a flat top, so it actually sink in flush. But we want one that sinks in and looks really quite attractive. So you've got to select the right screw that sinks into the wood, or countersinks into the wood, but still has enough thread to go into the other part. Not to short. I think that's too short, you see.
Yeah.
It'd only be about 3mm sticking into the other piece of wood, which wouldn't be enough. I think possibly, yes, that. And we know, yeah, it wouldn't go right through, so that'd be fine. Okay, now to countersink it, so that shape there, can you get that shape? Yeah, that shape there can sit in the wood flush. You can buy these countersinking bits, and they're about £5 each. You can get really cheap ones for a couple of quid, but you know, worthwhile getting a bit of a better one. There's two different versions there. Put it in your drill. Okay, so pan back a bit, Jake, so you can see you're doing this. And then just go in about 3 or 4 turns, not too deep. Can make a bit of a mess of it otherwise. Yeah, keep checking. I think that looks pretty good actually, and you can test it. Yeah, that's perfect and it's flush. Now, that, when it goes into there, won't go right through, and the little pilot hole will help me start it off. And you can use a flat screwdriver, flat-ended, if I can find one, Jake.
There's a small flat.
No, it's no good really, I don't think. Too small, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, we got this one here. It is an electrical one, but
yeah,
it may do.
that's amazing. All the screwdrivers we've got. And then you can start turning. Don't obviously spike yourself. Turn it slowly clockwise, and after a while you'll feel it gripping the thread. The thread, of course, is this part. You'll start gripping into the wood. Try and keep that screw vertical, like that, and keep it all lined up. And push down, push down. You might need to get a bit of help with this bit. Go right to the bottom, not too tight. Try not to, because this is a brass screw, it can break. Then come back about half a turn so it can move, and you can just adjust it as and when you need, if you like. So I think that's good. So next thing to do, I think it's still a bit tight, so I'm going to go back slightly there. That's the dog barking outside. And then we can sand that. I might even take that out before we sand it a bit more. Okay, perhaps you could show them that, Jake, in a minute. Okay.
Okay, so we're just going to get our sandpaper like this and wrap it round a block, and we're going to just carefully sand round it. I'm trying to make this so you can see. And as you can see, that's not as sharp, it's getting smoother there. And what you want to do is you just want to go around the whole heart and get it quite smooth, so you can't hurt yourself on it or anything.
Okay.
So I'm just going to turn it in the vise. Now, with that little part there, you may want to use like a small bit of dowel and wrap the sandpaper around it like that. And that may help to get into there.
What else could you use? Can you use a file?
Yeah, you could use a file, depending on what you've got, to be honest.
Okay. And how can this viewers finish it off, make it look really nice?
Well, to make it look really nice and to protect it, you can use some varnish.
Okay, brilliant.
And you can also get spray varnish, but any varnish is better than none.
Brilliant. Looks nice so far. Hi, Shedhackers. I'm going to show Jake, as his dad, another way, but I'm not going to let him use the machine. He's a bit young for that. But you can use the rotary disc sander for this if you've got one. Some places have this, and a lot of people do have little sort of belt sanders. But be careful if you're using any power tools, because they are potentially very dangerous. So supervision I recommend at every time, particularly if you're under sort of 13. Okay, so I'll just sand this. I put the hoover on so it's sucking out the dust. So Jake's just going to do that. Well done. Goggles on. Okay, you've got a little bit there. I think that's sadly that little screw a little bit. Obviously, should have really taken it off and clamp something a little deeper. But it's certainly looking nice. I've got to get a bit of a mark out there, or Jake can perhaps get a little mark out there with the sandpaper, hand sandpaper. But it's starting to look really nice. Now, what you can do, you could cut a piece of fabric or leather to go in there from an old handbag or something, and place that in there. I think that could be slightly deeper, so we can go do that deeper. But the countersinking's working. It's going to look really nice with a bit of varnish on it, okay? Great. See you later, Shedhackers. What do you think I'm doing, Jake?
I think you're varnishing it.
Very thin layer of varnish, guys. Go along with the grain. In the end grain there, you need a lot in.
Now, of course, you can use spray varnish or spray lacquer, but we don't have that at the moment. But if you guys do, it's like spray painting, really. But
some people even use, Jake, hairspray.
Ah.
Yeah, hairspray.
Well, it'd be a bit expensive, but...
No, but the trouble with hairspray, it's not really waterproof. But for an indoor product, I suppose. Do the back of everything as well as the front, and the reason is protects it from dampness, but most importantly really I think dirt as well. So get all that in there. Don't do too much, you hardly need any on the brush actually, hardly need any, and go along the grain, getting it right in the grain. There you go, and do obviously the base as well. And then give it another sand, because the varnishing tends to bring up the grain, goes a bit fluffy. But you can see the beginnings of a really nice gift for Mother's Day, which is today actually, Jake. We'll give this to Mum in a minute, of course.
Well, by the time this is up, it'll probably be too late.
Oh, we just had a nice roast dinner though, didn't we?
Yeah.
That was nice. To the washing up. Still, we don't mind washing up, do we, Jake?
No.
So there you go, guys, for a Mother's Day gift from Jake to Mum. And we could even engrave something on there with a... Oh, in fact, I could do that, a pyrography set. I might even do that. Show you that on the last clip. Alright, guys. I'm just finishing off the piece of work here. Help Jake out. This is scrap leather I got from an old handbag, actually. Look, Jake.
Wow.
So I'm wearing my running top. So anyway, so tap off, sanded it again, and we've brushed it with a little bit of varnish. You could put then a bit of leather in there. I think you could give that to Mum now, Jake.
Yeah.
And then put a ring in there or something. Yeah, whatever you might have. Okay, there's your little That's not too great. I need something nicer to put in there. You got a ring or something, Jane?
No.
No. Oh, we could pretend this is a ring. One of our Shedhacks.
Or we could put our Shedhacks logo in it.
Well, that won't fit. Will that fit? Whoa, just about.
Close.
Our pewter casting thing. What a cross. The cross we had. Yeah. Or little teacup. Time for tea. Right, okay. Do you want to give that to Mummy now?
Yeah.
Okay.